so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we
are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday,
and we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
Here in the heartland, at the heart of everything cool, Greater Des Moines is more than its features. It's a feeling. A feeling of discovery and wonder everywhere you turn. Catch what you've been missing. Des Moines, the S's are silent, our city is booming.
Sometimes people who seem to know everything.
Dental insurance costs a fortune and it covers nothing.
Personal plans from Delta Dental cut the cost of many procedures in half. So be careful what you hear.
How important are teeth anyway?
Get the facts. Contact Delta Dental about saving with personal dental plans today.
It's Fairway Family Food.
Name one reason more people choose to shop at Fairway.
Lower prices.
Name something that Fairway is famous for.
The best meat in town.
Services!
Don't play games with your food. Shop Fairway for the best meat in town.
With lower prices and higher quality, everyone's a winner at Fairway.
Until next time, this is Fairway Family Food.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Shop with Casey's Rewards for a chance to win free pizza, gas, and getaways all summer long.
We won the Casey's Sweepstakes, the Summer of Freedom Sweepstakes.
I hear you're looking for a great college where you can get an affordable education. SWIC is the place for you.
I appreciate the personalized attention.
And I've gotten to meet people from all around the world.
The SWIC student housing is incredible.
I like SWIC's hands-on training.
And I'll start my career in 2 years.
I can schedule my classes online or face-to-face.
SWIC feels like a community.
Like family, like home. SWIC is a place for you.
So the student athletes participating in this year's tournament are taking home some pretty awesome souvenirs.
Yeah.
So can you talk a little bit about that?
Oh, absolutely. You know, the Signature Ball program is a real favorite of all the students, and so it's a really fun opportunity to provide signature softballs and bag tags this year to those kids, so that, you know, when they look back in the future years, they can see their teammates, their family members, their coaches, their teachers that have signed those balls or those tags, and remember the hard work, dedication that they've put into their sport, and continue to strive as young adults into their future, and remember that hard work does get you somewhere, and if they put their mind to it, they can certainly accomplish great.
And good morning and welcome to Kruger Field at the Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex in Fort Dodge, Iowa, the home of the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. It's Semifinal Wednesday at State, and we start in Class 5A with two perennial powers in the game as the West Des Moines Valley Tigers go head-to-head against the Fort Dodge Dodgers. And hello, softball fans. It's great to have you with us on this Wednesday morning from Fort Dodge alongside my broadcast partner, Dar Danielson. I'm Hunter Phillips. A pair of programs with rich history square off for a spot in the Class 5A title game. They split their two meetings during the regular season. Dar, this is going to be a fun one to watch this morning.
Yeah, it should be a real good one. Fort Dodge, all the storylines last year, the hometown team that wins the state title. They've been there 5 straight years in a row. They finally got beyond that hurdle, and now they came out in that first game, the quarterfinal. You could see, just the confidence as the defending champion coming out. Valley, they've been here before. They're at 5, 6 titles. They're kind of a grinding team, and they're a young team that is – they aren't going to overpower you, but they're going to stay in the game and keep wearing you down. The thing is, will this overpowering, confident Fort Dodge Dodger team looking to defend, will they overpower Valley today?
It'll be fun to see how it all plays out. Now let's take a look at the road to the championship for both teams, beginning with the Valley Tigers. You see their record at 27-13. What a very entertaining battle it was in the quarterfinals, outlasting a very good Southeast Polk team 7-5. Reese Cooley 2 for 3 with a home run. She was one of 3 Valley Tigers to hit a home run in that contest. And then on the other side, Fort Dodge, the defending champions in Class 5A. Didn't take them long to be able to dispatch Waukee in 3 innings, defeating them 12-0 in the quarterfinals. Mariah Myers 3 for 3 with a home run, and then Jalen Adams picking up where she left off during the regular season, pitching a perfect game. So something is going to have to give in this matchup between two of the top programs in the state. We're going to step aside and take our first break. When we come back, we'll continue to get you all set up for this morning's Class 5A quarterfinal featuring the Valley Tigers and the Fort Dodge Dodgers on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we
are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday,
and we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present the state softball tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations. Remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements. I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state softball tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. The well-being of Iowa students is also very important to Farm Bureau. That's why we provide concussion insurance coverage at no cost for all students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in a sanctioned sport. As just one of only 7 states to provide this coverage, it's just another way we're striving to support Iowa's outstanding young leaders. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
Semifinal Wednesday here in Fort Dodge, and we get started with a great matchup in Class 5A. The Valley Tigers taking on the Fort Dodge Dodgers. Hunter Phillips and Dar Danielson, delighted to have you with us here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. And Dar, as we highlighted at the top of our broadcast, these two teams split the two meetings earlier in the season. They last played on May 27th, but the lucky number was 7 because Valley scored 7 runs in the win to start off the series, and then Fort Dodge was able to score 7 runs to win the second game of this series. So just amazing how those numbers sort of play out here, but both teams certainly have the bats to be able to make things happen.
Yeah, and these double headers, you're looking at it, Valley has several double headers where they split during the season, and that's, I don't know if that's an issue with, maybe it might be with their pitching a little bit. If you look at the pitching, you have, of course, the ace there for Fort Dodge, but you also have maybe a little better bullpen or more experienced bullpen for them, so that could play into it today. And then the Valley hitters, Gianna Laura led off the game in the quarterfinal with a towering home run, and then they never gave up the lead. Will these hitters be able to hit Adams today, who was a Gatorade Player of the Year, and she's, all-tournament captain? So pitching and hitting is just going to come down to today. Can Valley break through against this top pitcher?
The winner of this game will go on to face the winner of our next semifinal. Features the 2 and 3 Muscatine, the 2 seed, and the 3 seed Waukee Northwest. But no doubt, two teams that are no strangers to being here in Fort Dodge, playing here on the big stage and knowing what it takes to hoist a trophy. A lot of anticipation heading into this matchup. Both head coaches, Andy Adams on the left side, Tom Bakey on the right side. Wealth of knowledge between those two here in the game of softball.
50 years of coaching there. Coach Bakey is approaching 1,000 victories, and Coach Adams not far behind. She's got 761. Coach Bakey 931. So, yeah, a lot of wins, a lot of years of coaching, a lot of dedication to this sport.
Both with so much respect for one another as well.
Yeah, we saw them. Yeah, beforehand they come out and hugged each other, and that's the thing. We talk so much about sports and people getting on each other, but if you respect your opponent and you come out and you lose and you say, hey, they played a little better, they were a little better than us today, and that's what these coaches, these two and their years have kind of instilled in the players too. It's it's not all about winning, it's about doing your best, and there are days when you're going to meet a team that's better than you and you're going to lose.
So the table is set. Now it's time to meet both teams before we get underway here on this Wednesday morning in Fort Dodge. Here shortly, we will turn things over to our public address announcer, Tim Fitzpatrick, who will introduce both Fort Dodge and West Des Moines Valley here on a sun-soaked Wednesday morning here in northwest Iowa.
Well, it couldn't be a better weather day today. Yesterday wasn't too bad. This one, a breeze and cool. Monday, a little bit too steamy, but it ended up good.
Sports Complex in River Seeds Field, and this 5A semifinal game between the visiting team, the Valley Tigers, and the home team, the Fort Dodge Dodgers. The winner of this game will play for a state championship at 5 o'clock tomorrow, right here on Kruger Seeds Field. The loser of this game will play for third place at 3:30 tomorrow over on Iowa Central Field. Now let's feature non-starters. First of all, for the visitors, for the Valley Tigers. Number 1, Carrie Rose. Number 3, Madison Miller. Number 4, Jillian Williams. Number 6, Lauren Padre. Number 7, Avery Davenport. Number 12, Cameron Vine. Number 13, Desiree X. Number 15, Jocelyn Muir. Number 16, Anya McCarter. Number 20, Peyton Rice. Number 21, Alexa Stevermeer. Number 25, Ashley Buchholz. Number 27, Matt Muller. Your assistant coaches, Megan Rushing, Anna Fry, Mary Whitaker. And now, here's your starting lineup for the Valley Tigers. Leading off, playing second base, number 32, Gianna Lara. Playing second in center field, number 2, Ireland Broderick. Playing third at third base, number 9, Reese Cooley. Cleanup hitter for the Tigers. At first base, number 8, Claire Long. Playing fifth and doing the pitching, number 23, Emma LePage. Playing sixth, the designated player, number 17, Annie Buchholz. Batting seventh in right field, number 11, Katie Shaner. Batting eighth in left field, number 5, Anna Easton. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 22, Paige Christensen. Your flex player doing the catching, number 10, Emma Scully. And coach for the Valley Tigers, Tom Bakey. Now let's meet the players and coaches for the home team, the Fort Dodge Dodgers. Vision on starters. Number 1, L. Dunn. Number 6, Kenzie McElrath. Number 11, Katie Mason. Number 15, Cadence Tooney. Number 17, Reese Peterson. And number 19, Olivia Taunton. Their assistant coaches, Aaron Miller, Holly Mathis, and Tom McClyman. Now, here are your starters for the Dodgers of Fort Dodge, leading off and moving pitching. Number 12, Taylor Adams. Shortstop, number 9, Tori Bennett. Moving catching, number 20, Mariah Myers. And up here for the Dodgers at third base, number 2, Haley Will. And center at first base, number 7, Lucy Porter. 96 is playing left field, number 3, Thea Michaela. 97th, the designated player, number 16, Casey Brown. 98th in right field, number 10, Lydia Lara. 99th, the center fielder, number 14, Maggie Elsbecker. The next player at second base, number 4, Ashlyn Will. And coach for the Dodgers, Andy Adams. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here are your umpires for this 5A semifinal, as assigned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. At first base, Tom Sullivan. At third base, Tony Vandegrift. And calling the balls and strikes this morning, Carl Woldridge. Top will remain standing as we face the center of the complex. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Fort Dodge. Hunter Phillips, Star Danielson, delighted to have you on board with us here for a fun-filled day. Semifinal Wednesday on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. So we saw Fort Dodge earlier, Dar, before introductions got underway. They were doing the Cotton Eye Joe, getting all loose here on the field. Valley really businesslike, staying in the dugout, looking like a determined group. Tell you what, the table is set for what is going to be an exciting game here.
Yeah, Fort Dodge out with the attitude, this is ours, you got to take it away from us. And Valley is, we're up to the challenge. We're going to come out and go at it and give it our best try here. Jalen Adams, 3-inning pitch, no hits. She had a perfect game with 5 strikeouts in that opener. And so that's the challenge they face in the circle there. But you have 3 players who hit 3 home runs for Valley, including Gianna Laura, who led off the quarterfinal with a home run. So it's going to be the thing. If you can get the ball in play and you can maybe force the other team to make some errors, or you can get some runners around, we'll see. You talked about those other 2 games. The winning team had 7. We'll see if they get that high here today, if they score that many, or if it's going to be a little tighter matchup.
You see the reigning Gatorade Player of the Year in the state, Jalen Adams, in the circle. State's leader in ERA, wins, strikeouts, And opponents are only batting 115 against the stellar senior here this season. So a tall task for what is a very powerful Valley lineup. As we mentioned, beautiful Wednesday morning here in Fort Dodge. Right now sitting at 80 degrees. A little bit of a breeze, 7 miles an hour coming in from left field. Plenty of fans making their way out to Kruger Seeds Field this morning as you take a look at the starting lineup for the West Des Moines Valley Tigers. And Gianna Lara, the second baseman who led things off with a home run earlier in the week, stands in and looks at a called strike one. Lara 2 for 2, and the Tigers win against Southeast Polk. Upstairs, and the count is 1-1. Takes a big swing and a miss there. Down in the count 1-2. Jalen Adams not afraid to challenge these hitters with her rise ball. Adams deals. That is fouled off the nub of the bat.
And early on, she's moving around that last pitch. She sent it outside and got Lara to reach out. At that time, she came in on the hands just a little too far in. So she's moving the ball around on the plate, too.
The off speed lifted into the netting, remains 1-2. Lara also scored 3 runs in the win over Southeast Polk in the quarterfinals. Really helped set the tone for the Tigers at the top of the order. Another 1-2. And a good battle here to start off this contest.
Goes away on the pitch, and she keeps it alive. She kind of she guessed a little wrong in that change, but got the bat on it and then fouled it off to stay alive, and that's the key. You get down in the count.
Lara just gets a piece and fouls it down the right field line. Lara is a batter that does not strike out very often. Just a handful of strikeouts, one at the plate this season. In fact, just one strikeout.
Well, yeah, and then with her power too, you gotta pitch to her at the leadoff spot.
Jalen Adams has thrown a little bit of everything at the senior Gianna Lara.
Because a lot of times, you have that slap hitter, on base hitter who leads you off to set it up, but here you lead right off with her with the big power.
Adams deals. Couldn't get Lara to chase on the outside. The count moves to an even 2-2. Top part of this Valley lineup dangerous with Ireland Broderick coming up next and Reese Cooley. The 2-2. Short grounder over to third. Wills with the strong throw to first to get out Lara. Battle there in the first at bat, but the Dodgers get the first out.
Impressive, too, the way Lara got out of the box. She made that, a close play over there.
Haley Wills has been so solid there at the hot corner for Fort Dodge throughout her career. And that has to give a pitcher like Jalen Adams so much confidence in knowing that she's got a veteran team behind her defensively. Broderick swings at the first pitch, right back to Adams, and she tosses it over to Porter at first, and there are quickly 2 gone.
Yeah, and they also know with these batters, they're not going to get hot smashes a lot. And, against this pitcher, they're going to get contact, but a lot of times it's not going to come out there hard at you, so you got to be ready for it and charge and play good defense.
Reese Cooley stands in with nobody on base and 2 outs and looks at ball 1. Cooley with a home run in the win over Southeast Polk, 2 for 3 with 2 RBI. The 1-0 swung on and missed by Cooley. Cooley, a junior, hitting .330 this season. Has 36 hits, 27 runs driven in.
She homered in the quarterfinal as well.
The 1-1 from Adams. Swung on and missed, and the count moves to 1-2. Adams making sure that her battery mate, Mariah Myers, is all right after a little bit of contact there behind the dish, but appears to be okay. The 1-2 lifted into shallow right field, and that will drop for a base hit. And so the Tigers get their first base runner with 2 outs.
And there goes the talk of the back-to-back perfect games for Adams. Obviously not a lot of talk about that, but, you get first hit right away, so Valley's got to feel good about that. And let's see what they can do now with 2 outs.
Good piece of hitting by Reese Cooley, her 3rd hit here in the state tournament. And now here's the first baseman, Claire Long. And she looks at a called strike 1. Long 2 for 3 in the quarterfinal round. Looking to build off of that here today, the 0-1. Just up and in, even at 1-1. So for the most part, Dar, we've seen a pretty patient approach by this Valley lineup here the first time around.
Yep, that's what they do, just come out.
Lifted, right side of the infield, and Ashlyn Wills is able to take care of it. Tigers leave 1 stranded. We go to the bottom of the first, just getting underway here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service. Hey fans, Central College has you covered with career-building programs. And with tuition less than $20,000 a year and tons of scholarships, it's the best decision ever. Apply today at central.edu. Bleachers are full here at the Harlan Rogers Sports Complex in Fort Dodge. We go to the bottom half of the first inning with Fort Dodge due up for the first time here this morning, and they will go up against Emma Lefebvre.
She's going to be steady. She had 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 6 innings pitched in the quarterfinal. Not overpowering, but she moves the ball around, challenges the hitters, drops the levels inside, outside. So more of a, I don't know if you call it a spot pitcher here against these Fort Dodge Dodgers.
There you take a look at the lineup for the Dodgers. Jalen Adams, the pitcher, leads things off, following Tori Bennett and Mariah Myers. Adams not only the top pitcher for the Dodgers, but also their top hitter. Adams a .487 hitter. 59 singles. Hits rather on the year. And looks at a called strike 1 from Emma Lefebvre. And it's actually going to be a ball, an illegal pitch. So the 1-0 to Adams. Really wanted that one, swung on and missed. Adams 0 for 2 in that 12-0 win over Waukee, but she was able to handle things very nicely in the circle, and she's ahead in the count 2-1. The senior Lefebvre throws to fellow senior counterpart Jalen Adams high and in. It's 3-1. Tori Bennett, the shortstop, due up next for Fort Dodge.
That is upstairs, and it's a leadoff walk for the Dodgers. And now there will be a courtesy runner coming in for Fort Dodge. Substitutions in today's game are brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com.
So not the way you want to start, getting the leadoff walk there, but now defensively we'll see how Valley reacts.
Reese Peterson is the courtesy runner, squaring down the bunt and not able to hold back is Torrey Bennett, the shortstop. Bennett 2 for 3. And the Dodgers win over Waukee in the quarterfinals. Count even at 1-1. While we have time over at first, Fort Dodge as a team this year, 128 of 137 in stolen base attempts. See how aggressive they are here early against Lefebvre. The 1-1. Swung over to the left side of the infield. Nice stretch made by Long, and that was Christensen that tossed it over. Runner does advance to second here with one out.
Good stretch by Claire Long. They moved the runner over. We've talked about it through this tournament. It's a lot of times here in softball, especially when you're playing in, for a possible bunt. You just got to take your one out at first and let that runner advance.
So first runner in scoring position for Fort Dodge. Mariah Myers, the catcher. Swings at the first offering, back into the netting. Myers, a .475 hitter this season. 34 runs driven in. That is fourth on the team for Fort Dodge. Hits that one down the right field line and foul. So she will be down 0-2, but Myers
just a little late on the pitch, obviously, with the way you're hitting that to right. Let's see if she goes through here, catches up with that timing.
So a runner at second, one out here in the bottom of the first for Fort Dodge. Lefebvre targeting the outside, but staying alive is Myers.
You see the catcher, Scully, slid way over. They're going to pitch her outside there. Going to try to keep her from turning on it and driving it to left.
Myers did hit a home run in that victory over Waukee earlier in the week. That in the dirt, 1-2 the count now. Peterson, the runner at second. Courtesy runner for Jalen Adams, who started off the inning with a walk. 1-2, wild pitch. Gets past the backstop, and that will send Peterson over to third.
Now a little words here because you just a quick one and then just kind of shore up the pitcher a little bit. You want to big out here if you can get out number 2 and keep that initial run from scoring from third. It'd be a win inning here for Valley.
Emma Scully is behind the plate for Valley. Looks over the dugout for the sign. 2-2 the count. Grounded foul towards the Fort Dodge dugout.
And she's doing the old-fashioned. We've seen a lot of where they signal in the play and the pitchers look to their wristband. Here, they signal to Scully, and she's putting the fingers down to call which pitch. The old-fashioned way here to call it.
Just try to figure out the system that best works for you.
Yeah.
And sometimes the old-fashioned way is the best way.
Yeah, sometimes they call in the wristband and they're looking, what number, what, you know?
LaFave deals. Hit out to right center. That will drop for a base hit. Peterson scores, and Mariah Myers with an RBI double puts the Dodgers on the board first.
And our first Cougar Seeds extra base hit of the day.
Hit it right into the gap. And Myers will now exit the game for a courtesy runner. Cadence Tooney will be the courtesy runner at second base. Substitutions are brought to you by IMT Insurance. Haley Wills, the third baseman, is the batter with a runner at second and still only one out. Bobbled up behind the plate by Scully and sliding in. Over there to third is Tooney.
Yeah, being aggressive, putting more pressure on the pitcher and the defense here, and Coach Bakey's going to take a timeout to talk about this.
So head coach Tom Bakey taking the opportunity to regroup his squad. 26th year with the Valley Tigers, 939 career wins at Valley. Searching for their first 5A championship since back in 2019.
And seems obvious to say, but you don't want that momentum of Fort Dodge to get rolling early on, because you know if you can stay with them, okay, you got a chance. But if you get them rolling early here, then it's so much harder to come back against this Dodger team.
And we saw how Fort Dodge can get going in a hurry in the quarterfinals. 1-0 is the count to the senior Haley Wills. Playing in at third is Cooley. 2-0 is the count. Wills 1 for 2, did score 2 runs in the quarterfinal victory over Waukee. That one low as well. 3-0 is the count. Lucy Porter, first baseman on deck, and Emma LaFave just struggling here early, Dar, with her command. The 3-0. Wills thought that was ball 4, but instead called strike 1. Wills gets the sign over third base from head coach Andy Adams. 3-1. And there for strike 2. So Emma LaFave coming back nicely here in this at bat. And they're going to say it's an illegal pitch for the second time here in the inning, and that will send Wills over to first base.
You'll see that the first base umpire is watching that, watching the feet. You got to maintain contact with the rubber with that pivot foot, and you can't bring it up. And that's the one that's going to get called. They've kind of focused on that quite a bit in this tournament so far. And there, as you said, the second time today, and that goes down as a ball. In fact, we had one where it looked like a ground out and everybody's out, and then we went to break, and then umpire cut first base said, no, it was a illegal pitch, so then we had to come back, and then Gal ended up striking out anyway, but something they're emphasizing a little bit here in this tournament a little more.
Tom Sullivan is our first base umpire this morning. Runners at the corner, still only one out for Lucy Porter. Porter squaring down the bunt, the throw over to second. Did they apply the tag? They did for one out, throw to home.
Wow.
Got that as well. The unconventional double play ends the inning for Valley. We go to the second inning, though. Fort Dodge on the board first. 1-0 as we take one final look. Scully with a terrific throw. And then the
She
throw
just
from
about
midfield.
bobbled it there on the tag at second, but.
So 2 left on for Fort Dodge. We go to the second inning here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We
are so much more
Than an energy company.
We are connectors.
Community protectors.
And clean energy leaders.
dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
Behind your everyday.
And we are.
Obsessively
relentlessly.
at your service.
Welcome back here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy at Kruger Seeds Field, Harlan Rogers Sports Complex in Fort Dodge. A 2-4-2 double play, catching 2, Dodgers stealing, ending the threat in the bottom of the first inning. But Fort Dodge was able to get on the board first with an RBI double from Mariah Myers. Both teams with 1 hit apiece. And now the Tigers will be looking to respond here. 5, 6, and 7 hitters.
Well, in the defensive play like that's what you need to stay in here with this high-powered Fort Dodge team. And as you said, it was unconventional, but it worked.
LaFave at the plate on Monday, 0 for 2. Looks at a ball, and it's 1-2. Jalen Adams retired the first 2 batters. Both were groundouts, but then gave up a 2-out single to Reese Cooley to right field. Then was able to get the final out on a pop-up. Myers trying to track that one down. Count still remains 1-2 to Emma LaFave. LaFave, a senior, hitting .333 on the season. 27 RBI, 38 hits in the 5 spot for the Valley Tigers. 1-2. Hit well over to the left side. Tori Bennett, as sure-handed as they come, was able to back up the play from a diving Wills and throws it over to first in time.
Deep in the hole and a good arm there by the shortstop.
That left side of the infield, Dar, has been just so fundamentally sound and so talented here over the last few years. Of course, Tori Bennett will be playing at the University of Iowa.
Yeah, she's one of those that would be the star if it weren't for Adams and how well she does in the circle and everything, you know. Well, she is a star, but, I mean, she'd be, you know, the main spotlight probably with her ability, but.
Annie Buchholz, the designated player, steps in for the first time today. And the count is 1-1 to the sophomore. Big swing and a miss. Count moves to 1-2. Valley making her 19th appearance here at the state tournament. No strangers to being here in Fort Dodge. The 1-2 swung on and missed, and the rise ball got past Buchholz, and there are 2 gone. First strikeout on the day for Jalen Adams, the state's leader in strikeouts. Katie Shaner, the right fielder, in with nobody on and 2 outs here in the top of the second. Fouls back the first pitch, and it goes into the netting.
You know, Valley through obviously both Valley and Fort Dodge, they see a lot of good pitching in their league, and it's just having the ability to stand in there and figure it out where it's coming and get the bat on it. But it's not like they haven't seen good pitching throughout the season.
0-1 up and in, and going after it is Shaner. She's down 0-2. Shaner wanted to get some confirmation there on where that was located at. Adams trying to throw another scoreless frame here. The 0-2. Lifted and will be just beyond the bleachers, out of play. The Tiger lineup has certainly made Adams work here up to this point, but Adams has only allowed one hit. 0-2. Trying to paint the outside corner. That was close. Count moves to 1-2. A good eye by Katie Shaner. That one is upstairs to even it up at 2-2. So after starting off the count at 0-2, is able to work her way back.
Trying to get her to reach on that rise ball that looks like it's coming in chest high and then keeps going up, but she held off.
2-2, the off speed caught Shaner off guard, and Adams throws it over to first in time. 1-2-3 go the Tigers. We head to the bottom of the second inning. 1-0 Fort Dodge on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We are
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
Friends and neighbors.
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
Obsessively
relentlessly
at your service.
It's Fairway Family Food.
Name one reason more people choose to shop at Fairway.
Lower price.
Name something that Fairway is famous for.
The best meat in town.
Survey says!
Don't play games with your food. Shop Fairway for the best meat in town.
With lower prices and higher quality, everyone's a winner at Fairway.
Until next time, this is Fairway Family Food.
Bottom of the second inning we go. Here from Fort Dodge. Hometown team up for the second time through the order. 5, 6, and 7 hitters.
Dodgers kind of ran themselves out of that last inning and left a couple runs out there.
Lucy Porter was up at the plate to end the first inning, but both runners on base for Fort Dodge were caught stealing, so she will be back up. Faces a 1-0 count to Emma Lefebvre. Outside part of the plate for a called strike one. Back in the net, and it's 1-2. Lefebvre entering this semifinal matchup, 12-5 on the year, 3.25 ERA. 99 hits she's allowed on the year, 39 earned runs, and 58 strikeouts. So 2-2 is now the count. Lefebvre with the pitch. Popped up high towards the backstop. And Scully almost was able to get to it.
That was a great attempt there. She had room, but
something hit all of them.
Once you start getting back there, then you run out of room, and she almost, that net's a little deceiving. Oh, good. Now we got our headsets back. I can hear you.
Lucy Porter laces one to straightaway center. A leadoff single for the first baseman, Lucy Porter, to open things up here in the second. Nice battle at the plate by Porter, and now the left fielder, Mia McCaleb, up to the plate with a runner at first and no outs. Looking to move over the runner, but pulls back the bat, and it's 1-0. McCaleb was 0 for 1 in the Dodgers' quarterfinal round victory. Count moves to 1-1 as couldn't pull the bat back that time. And Scully keeping a watchful eye on Lucy Porter, who is the runner at first.
Let's see if they run here. Well, I know it's just a 2-1 count, but they've been aggressive on the base pass early.
We're able to advance on a few wild pitches back in the first inning. Lefebvre trying to resettle back in, had a couple of illegal pitches, bunted over first base side, picked up by Long, and she's able to throw it over to Lara, who covers the bag. So the bunt is able to move the runner over to second, so a runner in scoring position with one out. And here is the designated player, Macy Brown.
Good execution, got the runner in scoring position. And that puts even more pressure on, too, because it takes off the force for that lead runner.
Scully staring down Lucy Porter. As again, Fort Dodge is looking to play a little small ball here in the second.
Yeah, and she knows that second baseman has to come over to cover because the short's got to play on the hole here.
Playing in is Cooley, anticipating the bunt, but not taking it that time. The count moves to 1-1. Brown, a sophomore for the Dodgers, .328 hitter in the 7th spot in the lineup for Fort Dodge. 7 RBIs on the season, and all 20 of her hits have been singles. 1-1. Called strike 2 on the outer half.
Looks down to Coach Adams for the sign there.
One, two, chased. And there was a throw over to first as it was a drop third strike. Runner does advance over to third, and stepping on the bag is Long. Coach over on the first base side said, you got to come this way. But Macy Brown had already turned her way to the dugout, and that's why you always got to look, Dar, to see if the catcher was able to bring in that called third strike. You obviously are disappointed that you struck out. But
yeah, but you got to look, because then once you get too far over to the dugout, then you've abandoned the play, and it doesn't matter. But, yeah, they're just on the replay at Lutter. She threw it over. And, maybe she runs right away, but it's a little closer play. But so here's a big 2-out batter for the Dodgers.
Lydia Lara, the right fielder, up with a runner at third and 2 outs. Looks at ball one. That was an error on the Tigers. So Porter advancing to third on the error. Pulled back, and the count moves to 2-0. Lara, a junior, .250 hitter this season, and she was 1 for 1 and scored a run against Waukee in the quarterfinals. 2-0. A little low there. And the count moves to 3-0. Ninth place hitter, Maggie Elsbecker, on deck for Fort Dodge.
Yeah, that was a double she hit in the quarters.
Ahead in the count 3-0. That pitch is in there for strike one. But no.
Illegal again, I think. Yep.
Third illegal pitch thrown by Emma LaFave.
This doesn't necessarily hurt you. You got the number 9 batter coming up and 2 outs. The thing here you gotta is be very sound defensively. If she tries to bunt her, they try to pull a play to get that runner in. It's more than likely the runner at first will go down, and then you decide, are we going to throw down or wait on that? There's a little defensive strategy here too for Valley at this point.
Maggie Elsbecker at the plate with runners at the corners and 2 outs for Fort Dodge here in the bottom of the second. Scully has had her work cut out for her behind the plate. She has just been constantly looking at the runners of Fort Dodge.
And that was a good pitch. She came up quickly, so the runner had no chance to really try to go there. And that's part of the chess match, too.
1-0. One around. Count moves to an even 1-1. Fort Dodge had this very same situation back in the first inning. Runners at the corners, but both runners were caught stealing, and that was able to end the inning. And now a late substitution here by Andy Adams. Substitutions brought to you by IMT Insurance.
Yeah, El Dunn is going to go over to pinch run at third. So, I don't know, maybe thinking a little more speed if you run a play here.
So Elena Dunn, the freshman, at third. Lydia Lara at first. The count is 1-1 to the center fielder, Maggie Elsbecker. Rips that one over Lara at second base. Going to right center, run, scores, and sliding in safely. And now caught in a pickle is Lara. And Lara is going to be tagged out at third. Andy Adams didn't quite agree with it.
Now, it looked like she might have slid around with the arm in, and that's what Andy Adams was saying, but the umpire said no. And well, we can look at this coming back maybe. We'll see if we have the replay.
So Fort Dodge tacks on another run. We go to the third here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
I want a drink.
And I want this free.
And I want this awesome ATV.
I can't get enough
of winning free stuff. Casey's just gave me these. 'Cause we won the Casey's sweepstakes. The summer of freedom sweepstakes.
Shop with Casey's Rewards for a chance to win free pizza, gas, and getaways all summer long.
We won the Casey's sweepstakes. The summer of freedom sweepstakes.
Already a wild start to this Class 4A quarterfinal. Let's take a look, Dar, at the final sequence there to end the second inning.
And she's in the rundown, comes back. And, yeah, looks like she did get her on the leg there before she got in. It's 2-0. Valley's got to be happy. I mean, how many runners have they left that Fort Dodge has not been able to get in here just on some good defensive plays on the bases?
And that was Elena Dunn, who just came in as the courtesy runner that was tagged out on that bang-bang play at third. But that was an RBI double by Elsbecker. That was actually Lydia Lara that was tagged out at third. Dunn was the one that scored on that double. We move on to the third inning. Anna Easton leads things off for the Valley Tigers and has a 1-2 count. And did she go around? First base umpire says no, she did not. Easton, one of the 3 Tigers to hit a home run. And that thrilling quarterfinal round victory over Southeast Polk. 1 for 3 altogether in that contest.
Yeah, Polk roared back. I did that game. They roared back and cut it down, and they had runners on and the chance to, tie it up and extend the game, but Valley then shut them down defensively. But Valley got the leadoff home run and extended the lead, and then Polk, I think, they scored 3 or 4 in the 7th that had a chance, but Valley shut them off.
Count moves to full to the left fielder, Anna Easton. Paige Christensen on deck for the Valley Tigers, the sophomore shortstop. Payoff pitch. Lifted. Is it going to stay in play for Will? She slides over towards the fence, and it just goes out. Haley Wills will do anything to make those kind of plays.
Yeah. Constant adrenaline emotion there.
So another payoff pitch coming here to Easton. And we'll do it again.
Kept that low, and the batter went down after it. Easton.
Just 1 hit for the Tigers up to this point. That came with 2 outs in the first inning. Single by Reese Cooley. But the Tigers have held their own, battling against the top pitcher in the state of Iowa. Payoff pitch. Misses low and in, and it's a leadoff walk. Great at bat there from Anna Easton.
Yeah, and just a little low, and walks aren't very easy to come by against Adams. Just 13 coming into the tournament, and she didn't walk anybody in that first game, so 13 over 41 games. So I'm no mathematician, but I know that's way less than 1 walk a game, percentage-wise.
Certainly the strikeout to walk ratio has been impressive for Jalen Adams as you take a look at our pinch runner. That is Peyton Rice. The junior has scored 16 runs for the Tigers here this season. And now the sophomore Paige Christensen is the batter. Christensen, a .205 hitter this season.
Came off the bat there, and he called a dead ball immediately. I don't know if it hit her after it came off the bat, but
the 0-1. That one went off of our
Carl Woolridge, right in the mass there. Those will wake you up. Carl, longtime official in volleyball, softball. He's also a radio guy. Does radio.
Man of many talents.
Yeah.
Well, and a good opportunity to thank all of our umpires here this week in Fort Dodge and throughout the season, the excellent work that they do. officiating these games. Myers throw back over to first, not in time. Again, Peyton Rice is the courtesy runner for the Tigers at first.
And got to get some more softballs. Yeah, and the one thing they do is you think, well, it's just one guy, but no, they talk a lot as crews. There's a lot of things that go on that people don't see. They're giving each other signals as to, you know, what the outs are, where to cover, what to look for. So it's a crew of three working in a ball game. It's not just the home plate umpire calling the balls and strikes. And that's something they do very well. And then they also have observers who are going to grade them after this game too.
Well, like the sport of softball, it takes a team to be able to have the umpires here. So, again, big kudos to all of our umpires here this week. 1-2 is the count to Christensen. Runner at first, no outs. Here as we begin our third inning of play in this Class 5A quarterfinal. The off speed just missing in there, and it's 2-2.
That one came off high enough that she knew early she wasn't going to look at it, but
2-2, and it sounded like it hit off of either the bat or the wrist of Christensen. Looks like it went off of the bat. Tom Bakey just wanting to get clarification, and yes, it was off the bat, but you could hear it from back where our broadcast location is.
And it just dropped dead, you know, right off that.
2-2. A lifted foul. These two teams met back on May 27th, splitting both meetings during the regular season. Valley winning the first of the doubleheader 7-1, then Fort Dodge 7-3 in the second game of the doubleheader. Going back to 2011, these two teams, part of the CIML, meet fairly often. Valley with the lead in the series since 2011, 17-6, but Fort Dodge has really proven to be the team to beat in the state here in the last few years as the count moves to full.
The umpires wearing the Dodger red in the stands thought that one was high enough, but the guy behind the plate said no, a little low.
Payoff pitch coming. Fouled back right to us. Dar, I think they're trying to target our headsets here.
Yeah, they keep hitting our system or amplifier with those pitches.
Payoff pitch, swung on and missed, and a lengthy at-bat results in a strikeout. Peyton Rice safe over at first. Second strikeout for Jalen Adams here this morning.
Brings up the top of the order for the Tigers with one out, runner on. Chance for them to maybe chip into the lead if they can. See the infielders backing up a little bit.
And rightfully so. Gianna Lara, one of the top power hitters in the state. Tied for fourth in RBI. Leads the state in doubles and second in slugging percentage. Grounded out to third in their first at bat to lead the game, but that was an at bat that nearly went to 10 pitches, but she's down quickly 0-2 in the count.
Yeah, she's up there swinging now, knowing that they want to get something in.
Runner at first, one out. 0-2. Out of the zone, 1-2 to Lara. Lara will be playing collegiately at Minnesota State Mankato. Very good program just to the north of us here in Iowa. One-two from Adams. Missing outside again. It's a wild pitch. And that will send Rice to second base.
Trying to keep it outside away from Lara, but the first really bad pitch we've seen her make out there. from the circle, but see if she comes back to her.
2-2.
She does inside, but off the plate.
And Lara is as patient of a hitter as you'll find here in the state. As we mentioned earlier, just one strikeout. Very tough batter to face if you're an opposing pitcher. That one is out of play.
And a change she swung on late, kept herself alive.
Along with just only striking out once, 24 walks for Lara this season. And the changeup is fouled just over the fence there along the right field side.
If I'm not mistaken, I think they intentionally walked her once in that first game. You're like me, we do a lot of games this time of year, and sometimes all that stuff in your head, especially here at the tournament, you're trying to remember, which game was that?
Payoff pitch, and waiting on it and getting a piece of it is Lara. Fort Dodge scoring 1 run in the first, 1 run in the second. Off of 3 hits and 1 Valley error, has them up 2-0 here as we begin our third inning of play. Payoff pitch again, off speed in there for a called strike 3. Confident looking pitch there from Jalen Adams.
And Laura tried to make that move toward first like she was going to try to sell it, but I think she knew when she laid off it. As she started taking that step knowing that, and then she didn't quibble at all when he called it the strike.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Jalen Adams after giving up a leadoff walk. Foul tipping the first one into the glove is the center fielder, Ireland Broderick. Slap one back to Adams in the circle in her first at bat. And now she's down 0-2. Peyton Rice, the courtesy runner at second. 2 outs here in the top of the third. It's an 0-2 count to Broderick. Called strike 3. 3 Ks for Jalen Adams here in the third inning. We go to the bottom of the third. 2-0 Dodgers on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
Friends and neighbors.
Stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
Obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
I hear you're looking for a great college where you can get an affordable education. SWIC is the place for you.
I appreciate the personalized attention.
And I've gotten to meet people from all around the world.
The SWIC student housing is incredible.
I like SWIC's hands-on training.
And I'll start my career in 2 years.
I can schedule my classes online or face-to-face.
SWIC feels like a community, like family,
like home. SWIC is a place for you.
Fans' official state tournament merchandise is now available online. Just visit IGHSAU.org to browse and customize your merchandise to match your style. We've reached the bottom half of the third inning here from Harlan Rogers Sports Complex in Fort Dodge, here at Kruger Seeds Field. I'd like to thank Kruger Seeds for being the presenting sponsor of the championship field for this year's tournament. Top of the order, due up for the top seed and defending 5A champs, Fort Dodge, Jalen Adams. Swings at the first pitch, hit well out to center field, and it goes to the wall. Trying to go for extra bases is Adams, but she will backtrack over to first, and it's a leadoff single for the senior, Jalen Adams.
Yeah, sometimes that if you get that, play it right, and it comes off the wall to you, okay, then you can hold that runner, and that's what happened there. If it hits the post, then sometimes you see that thing go cattywampus, and then it makes it tougher for that outfielder. But we'll see it here on the replay. looked like it came down pretty good and off.
Broderick, played it nicely off the banking of the fence. You just never know where that ball was going to go, and then to be able to fire it in to the infield, that caused Adams to be able to go back to first. Reese Peterson back in as a courtesy runner at first for Fort Dodge. And now Tori Bennett, the shortstop, up to the plate with a 1-0 count. Bennett grounding to her counterpart at short in her first at bat. (1-0) hit to left field, getting past the left side of the infield. Back-to-back singles here for the Dodgers to open up the third.
Second time through here, and we've kind of got the timing, it seems, these first two batters anyway.
I think head coach Tom Bakey feels the same way, and he will go to a different pitcher.
I think I've seen that out of him in just a few games I've seen this season, Valley. He's not afraid to come out, make the switch, make the move if he thinks, it's needed. And a couple different pitchers he can go to.
And it will be Anna Easton, who was playing out in left field.
Yeah, she came in for, I think, a couple batters in that game, the quarterfinal against Southeast Pogue.
And we'll see where Lefebvre moves to. Looks like it's going to be just a straight-up swap from pitcher to left field. So your IMT Insurance pitching change here is sophomore Anna Easton. 4.28 ERA and 70 innings of work. 43 earned runs. Has walked 31 batters, has struck out 41 and a whip of 1.64. But she inherits 2 runners at first and second and no outs. And the heart of the lineup will be coming up here for Fort Dodge, and that is Mariah Myers, who had an RBI double in her first at bat. So Lefebvre with 2 innings of work, giving up 5 hits and 2 runs. Gave up 3 walks and did record 1 strikeout. Myers steps up with 2 players on and no outs. First pitch from Easton, low for a ball. And you have a feeling, Dar, that this is really could be a monumental part of this game here when you have a big bat like Myers. It's a 2-0 game right now. You go to a relief pitcher. Valley's certainly hoping their sophomore can get it done, but Fort Dodge looking to add a little bit more, but Myers gets hit by the pitch on her foot to load the bases.
Yeah, and it's a tough spot for her to come in, but, you just ask her to come in and the sophomore and do something with it. But you're right, they're either going to, Valley's got to hope they get a ball hit to them and get another one of those defensive plays like they had, because one in the gap's going to score a couple now with no outs and the bases loaded here. You're in the heart of the lineup for the Dodgers.
Haley Wills, the senior.
And we want to say throw strikes. No, you throw good balls, but not down, move it around and try to pitch like you normally would.
First pitch to Wills misses for ball 1.
Hope your defense can get a ball you can make a play and get a couple outs on.
Wills got to first after walking, but that was because of an illegal pitch thrown by starter Emma Lefebvre, but then was later caught stealing going to second in that bizarre ending of the first inning. Wills 1 for 2 for Fort Dodge in their victory over Waukee. And as a patient hitter, a lot of experience, she's ahead in the count 2-0. Anna Easton trying to find the zone here in relief. And that called a strike, 2-1. Head coach Andy Adams there along the third base side thought that was a little too high to our senior third baseman.
Judging by the murmurs I heard too, the crowd, the excited home crowd here in Fort Dodge.
Easton's 2-1, low when it's 3-1. Lucy Porter, first baseman in the on-deck circle for Fort Dodge. Again, the winner of this game will go on to face the winner of our next semifinal here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy, Muscatine, and Joaquin Northwest. That up and in, and that brings in the third run of the game for Fort Dodge.
I think I mentioned it in the start that these Valley pitchers not overpowering where they're just going to throw the fastball by you. They're good technically in and out, and of course in this situation you want to try to go in and out and keep it away so it's not a down the wheelhouse for the batter. Easier said than done against these Dodgers too.
They have been waiting for their pitch here today. Bases still loaded, no outs. And the batter is Lucy Porter. Reese Peterson was the one that scored that run there for Fort Dodge. Inning started with a single by Jalen Adams and then a single by Tori Bennett to left field. Mariah Myers was hit by a pitch and Haley Wills walked. So Bennett is the runner at third. Myers at second. Wills at first. 1-0 is the count to Lucy Porter. And that one hit off of the helmet, I believe. And they say it is a dead ball, it appears.
Let's take a look at the replay. Did it hit the helmet or the hands? Yeah. I don't know, can you tell there?
Boy, the pitch came in so quickly.
So fast, yeah.
It sounded like it hit off the plastic of her helmet.
Yeah, it looked like it hit her helmet, but did it hit the handle of the bat first?
So the count is 2-0. At least that's what our home plate umpire is showing right now. The scoreboard here in Fort Dodge has it 1-1. Now it's 2-0.
Yep.
A 2-0 from Easton. Low and in, 3-0. Mia McCaleb on deck for Fort Dodge. Porter singled in her last at bat back in the second. Easton just trying to find the strike zone here against the Dodgers. And that one is off the glove of Scully behind the plate. And it will bring in another run as that is a walk. Second one given up by Easton here in the third.
And Tom Bakey's going to come out again and talk with his team.
So the bases are still loaded here for Fort Dodge and no outs. Valley really needs something positive to go their way here, down 4-0.
You got to put it in there, let them hit it. The best thing, I guess, is get it in play. At least you have a chance defensively here. It's now 2 walked in, but, again, it's like try to find the spots where you're on the inside edge or outside edge of the plate, high-low, where they can't just crank it. But you got to get something in play to give your defense a chance to. There's one thing that you've seen this before. It happens. You're sitting out there defensively, and you're waiting, and you kind of get into a lull defensively. So then when the ball does come to you, sometimes that creates problems too. And just trying to keep that snowball from rolling here. If you can say snowball in Fort Dodge in July, I don't know, but.
Sixth batter of the inning coming up here for Dodge. And that is Mia McCaleb, the left fielder. Tried to bunt her way on, but was out at first. Back in the second inning. 1-0 pitch. That misses too, and we're actually in there for a strike, 1-1.
Part of that, I think, is the batter is just kind of trying to distract the pitcher when you hold it out there, but that time just came right in with the strike.
And a nice 1-1 pitch there, catching the outside corner. It's 1.
You make the batter have to do something.
Easton looking to get a critical out here, but the off speed is low, 2-2. Two runs scored by the Dodgers. Here in this third inning, still no outs. Bases are loaded. That one popped towards the left field line, and Christensen having to deal with the wind and the sun is able to park underneath it and get the first out for the Tigers.
Yeah, the best possible outcome there too, because if you go too far down the line and you have to catch that, then you got a chance of the player tagging there at third. But Christensen, good job to get up with a shoulder, make that catch. But still just 1 out.
Bases remain loaded for designated player Macy Brown, who struck out swinging her last time up. Swings at the first pitch. Christensen trying to play it off the hop, and everyone is going to be safe. Myers slides in safely. It's now a 5-run lead for Fort Dodge.
Near the tough hop. And go as an error you see on the replay here. And a little bit in her defense, you're thinking field it, and you have to take a quick look. Do I go home or do I go to first to get the out? And then it just kind of got away there from Christensen.
Ashlyn Wills, courtesy runner for Dodge, over at first base for Macy Brown. Substitutions brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you could be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. Lydia Lara is the batter with 1 out and the bases loaded. Showing bunt. Called strike 1. Lara also walked in her first at-bat, and that was also due to an illegal pitch. Eighth place hitter in the lineup for Fort Dodge, and time is called at the plate. Lara with a double against Waukee. Very good hitter deep in the lineup. A little ahead of the off-speed pitch, fouling that one. It's 0-2.
The key thing here for Easton is she's put it in there and made him have to swing at it, and she had an error, but she's throwing some strikes and not letting the batters just stand there and wait on her.
Just took a little bit to get warmed up and in relief. And Emma Lefebvre taken out earlier here in the inning after giving up 2 singles to lead off the bottom of the third. Count is 1-2 to Lara. Good looking pitch there from Easton. You can see her smile there through her mask. She really thought that she would get the call there. But instead, the count is even at 2-2. Trying to go on the outside part this time and just cannot quite paint the corner. Full count. Maggie Elsbecker on deck for Fort Dodge. Full count. That is fouled towards the Fort Dodge dugout. Haley Wills is the runner at third for Fort Dodge. Her sister Ashlyn is over at first base. And then Lucy Porter is the runner at second. Another payoff pitch coming here. And that misses, and another walk results in a run for the third time here in the third for the Dodgers.
Yeah, tough situation because it's either death by slow drip, drip, drip where they're walking around or, throw strikes. And I guess, like I said earlier, you got to throw strikes and hope they put it in play. You get a defensive play.
Elsbecker is the batter and looks at ball one. Elsbecker with an RBI double to end the second inning. There was that run down there to end the second. Elsbecker really got a nice piece of it. Pulled the bat back. And now the count is 2-0. One out, bases loaded. That one is low as well. 3-0. Top of the order, Jalen Adams on deck. The 3-0. Good pitch on the 3-0 count there from Anna Easton, who has really had to battle against a difficult Fort Dodge lineup in relief here in the third inning. (3-1). Got Elsbecker to swing, and the pop-up in the infield is corralled by Christensen. So 2 much-needed pop-ups created by Easton to keep the runners at bay.
That's the good news. The bad news is the top of the order now coming up.
So Fort Dodge has batted through the order. Adams started off this inning with a single. Swinging at the first pitch that she saw. Scully throws it back over to third to Cooley. Porter, the runner at third for Fort Dodge. Wills at second. And Lara is at first. And the count is even at 1-1.
Got the off speed right at the knees there. on the edge of the plate she was looking for.
And we saw a little nod of the head from Jalen Adams, looking back at her mother, Andy. Two and one is the count to Fort Dodge, who is looking to become the fourth program of a large class in state history to win back-to-back titles. Looking very good here today. 2-1. Off speed. Gets there for strike two. Four runs have come across the board here for Fort Dodge in the inning. Valley trying to limit the damage, and that helps right there. Easton gets the strikeout, and Fort Dodge leaves the bases loaded, but the Dodgers tack on four more and lead by 6 as we go to the fourth on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state softball tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. The well-being of Iowa students is also very important to Farm Bureau. That's why we provide concussion insurance coverage at no cost for all students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in a sanctioned sport. As just one of only 7 states to provide this coverage, it's just another way we're striving to support Iowa's outstanding young leaders. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
We've played 3 here in Fort Dodge in this Class 5A semifinal. The top seed, Fort Dodge, on top 6-0 over the 4-seed Valley. Hunter Phillips, Dar Danielson, along with our crew. Glad to have you with us here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. And really, Dar, an energetic start for Fort Dodge in their title defense here in the semifinal round.
Yeah. And those were all runs, errors and walks on those runs that they scored, right? Had one hit maybe in there. So, yeah, they're off to a good, you can tell the confidence here.
Have scored in each inning. 1 run in the first, 1 run in the second, and then 4 runs back in the third. But it's been a combination of small ball, being patient at the plate, been able to collect a few extra base hits. It's all equal to a very sizable lead. Reese Cooley trying to power the Tigers here. Really need to get something going here in the top of the 4th inning. Cooley with the lone hit for the Tigers today. That was a single into right field. But certainly has the bat capable of making something happen. The 1-2. And that is fouled back there from that off-speed offering from Jalen Adams. And she just knows how to mix in the rise ball with the changeup and then that off-speed. It just keeps you guessing as a hitter.
Yeah, and then in on the hands, off the plate. Cooley's hanging in there, though. And she's just the second 5A pitcher to win 100 games. And I guess that makes sense because usually the larger class, you start out younger pitchers, they don't pitch as much. There's a good off speed there. Man, really had Cooley guessing.
Well, picking up where she left off. Back in the 3rd inning, she has now struck out 4 consecutive batters. And, she was in the dugout for quite some time there during that long half inning in the 3rd. So as a pitcher, you love getting the run support, but at the same time, you always want to stay loose. And so clearly no issue for her.
And then at her at-bat, she kind of looked like she was anxious to want to get a hit and get going there, and struck out.
That one squibbed over to second, and shuffled over by Ashlyn Wills over to first, and there's quickly 2 gone here for the Tigers.
And that shows you she kind of guessed on that off-speed pitch and just didn't get anything on it, so it's a slow roller.
Emma Lefebvre, the batter, started the game as the pitcher, now the left fielder. Grounded to Tori Bennett at short in her first at bat. Swings at the first offering and is foul. And that was a tremendous play by Tori Bennett, who was backing up the diving Haley Wills at third and really showed off her arm, getting out Lefebvre, who is a terrific athlete and has plenty of speed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and 1 count to Emma Lefebvre. Nobody on base and 2 outs, and now she is down in the count 0-2. The 0-2 just swung back. Again, they have just been attacking our
Got some duct tape.
broadcast location here. And very thankful for the netting here right in front of us. Very good view of the action here at Kruger Seeds Field. 0-2 coming. Swing and a miss. 1, 2, 3. Go the Tigers here in the top of the 4th. We go to the bottom half of the 4th. Fort Dodge in control here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We are
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors.
Community protectors.
And clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
Friends and neighbors.
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
Behind your everyday.
And we are
Obsessively
relentlessly.
at your service.
Here in the heartland, at the heart of everything cool, Greater Des Moines is more than its features. It's a feeling. A feeling of discovery and wonder everywhere you turn. Catch what you've been missing. Des Moines, the S's are silent, our city is booming.
6-0, Fort Dodge leads West Des Moines Valley here as we go to the home half of the 4th inning from Fort Dodge. Dodgers have scored in each inning thus far. Valley wanting to keep things where they're at right now. Dodgers batted through the order in the last inning. Anna Easton still out there in relief, and it's a leadoff single for Tori Bennett, not wasting any time swinging at the first pitch she saw and took a ride out to center.
The longest single you can get almost there as it drops in.
Bennett now 2 for 2, 2 singles and scored a run back in the 3rd inning. 6th hit by the Dodgers here today. And now here's Mariah Myers, the powerful catcher for Fort Dodge, who was able to drive in the first run of the game back in the 1st with an RBI double. That was to right center. And then was hit by a pitch in her most recent at-bat. She is down 0-2 in the count. Myers just a freshman for Fort Dodge.
Yeah, and she does a good job handling the pitches back there behind the plate, too. Really blocks everything.
0-2. Staying alive is Myers.
You got all those change of speeds and balls dropping. You really got to be alert every time when you're catching a pitcher like that. She's done a good job.
Well, when you're the battery mate of the Gatorade Player of the Year, the top pitcher in the state, that really says a lot about your ability to frame and call the game as a catcher. But it's unable to get a piece of that one. Big K for Anna Easton, and there's one gone with a runner at first. Second strikeout for Easton in relief. Haley Wills, the senior, stands in. Showing bunt. Bennett with a pretty good jump over there at first. Wills has walked in both of her appearances at the plate today. Scored back in the third run, being walked in, the 1-0. That bunt attempt was fouled off of Wills. Wills, one of the building blocks of this program over the years, and her younger sister Ashlyn is a freshman starting at second base. Developed great players here in Fort Dodge and start from 8th grade, freshman level, and build experience over time. One. Nice job by Scully to be able to get out of her stance and bring that one in behind the plate. Count moves to 2-1 to Haley Wills. Runner at first. One out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Bennett goes. The throw from Scully over to second was a little bit behind, and Bennett slides in safely.
Counts 2-1. Had a 3-1 on the board, but
the runner left too early is the call. So now there are 2 outs.
So Fort Dodge had some issues on the base pass, a little bit of a aggressiveness.
Well, the base running has been a bit of a blemish for Andy
Ran them out
Adams'
of
team
that first
today.
inning, and then in the second inning, they also had a runner thrown out.
One thing they'll certainly look back on after this one's over. Wills watches a strike 2 go by. Thought that she was going to take her base for the 3rd time here today. So now no runners on, 2 outs. Valley trying to get a scoreless inning here. Grounded up the middle. Lara picks it up and throws it over to first in time. So scoreless inning of work for the Tigers takes us to the 5th inning. They have some work to do, down by 6 here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We are
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
Friends and neighbors.
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your
At your service.
Hey fans, as a reminder, Central College has you covered with career building programs, and with tuition less than $20,000 a year and tons of scholarships, it's the best decision ever. Apply today at central.edu.
Well, you get a scoreless inning now for Valley, and it's time to, go to work at the plate. Let's see if we can use the momentum of that defense.
But it has been tough sledding for this Valley team at the plate against Jalen Adams, who has retired the last 6 batters, 5 of which by way of strikeout. Annie Buckholtz leads off for the Tigers here in the 5th, and she is down 0-2 in the count. Buckholtz struck out swinging rather, in the 2nd inning. 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for the Tigers here in the 5th. Needing to get something going here in this Class 5A semifinal. Adams ready with the 0-2. And Buchholz, the sophomore, lays off the rise ball. One-two from Adams. Swung on and missed. And Jalen Adams, once she is in a groove, Dar, she is tough to stop.
Yeah, she gets that. Seems like she gets that first strike, and then it just, boom. Then she just digs in and keeps digging in until she gets that batter to go back to the dugout.
Seventh strikeout on the day for Adams. And has still only given up one hit, and that was back in the first inning. The batter back in the third. So only 2 base runners for the Valley Tigers today. Katie Shaner, the right fielder, pops it up middle of the infield. Oh! Corey Bennett with a phenomenal diving grab makes it 2 outs.
Let's take a look at that one again. Just a number off the bat. And wow, reaches out. She's going to.
Someone may need to contact Sports Center after that one right there.
Yeah. She might have a few scrapes on her arm after that one into the cinder block, but she's still brushing the dirt off the front of her uniform. But
star-studded left side of the infield has made great plays today, and there is a much-needed jolt from Anna Easton. Now the pitcher started in left field with a 2-out single. 7 straight were retired by Adams, but Easton said, "I've had enough of this."
Yeah,
and
see there in the replay, she drives it right through there, and seems almost like Fort Dodge is getting ahead. You know, they're so keyed up and excited, and just getting ahead of yourself. Just calm down a little bit sometimes, you know, with it. But Easton brings them right back to reality here with a hit with 2 out. And again, let's see if Allie can get a rally with 2 out.
Carrie Rose, the 8th grader, is the courtesy runner at first. Paige Christensen is the batter. She calls time at home. She struck out swinging back in the third. That was an inning in which Adams gave up the leadoff walk, threw a wild pitch, and then struck out the next 3 batters. That one misses 1-0. Tigers hoping to get a 2-out rally here, down by 6 in the top of the 5th. Even it up at 1-1. Christensen, one of 10 sophomores for this Valley Tiger softball program. 1-1. That's in foul territory, and no one's going to get there for Fort Dodge, but the count now goes to 1-2.
Haley Wills gave chase, but she didn't have a chance. Too much height on that.
Jalen Adams trying to throw another scoreless frame here. The Tigers trying to put something together here. 1-2. Called strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. Adams with her 8th punch out ends the inning for Fort Dodge as we go to the bottom half of the 5th. 6-run advantage for the top seed here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-Energy.
Sometimes people who seem to know everything.
Dental insurance costs a fortune and it covers nothing.
Don't. For instance, personal plans from Delta Dental cut the cost of many procedures in half. So be careful what you hear.
How important are teeth anyway?
Get the facts. Contact Delta Dental about saving with personal dental plans today.
It's Fairway Family Food.
Name one reason more people choose to shop at Fairway.
Lower prices.
Name something that Fairway is famous for.
the best meat in town.
Services!
Don't play games with your food. Shop Fairway for the best meat in town.
With lower prices and higher quality, everyone's a winner at Fairway.
Until next time, this is Fairway Family Food.
Home half of the fifth inning here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Defending Class 5A champions, top seed Fort Dodge here on their home turf. Thus far have taken care of business, up 6-0, scoring 1 run in the first, 1 run in the second, and 4 in the third.
Has Valley gotten a runner beyond second today? I don't think they have they?
Not beyond second.
No. And offensively, we talked about a couple times, Fort Dodge just kind of outrun themselves a few times on the base pass in this ball game.
Lucy Porter will lead things off for the Dodgers here in the home half of the fifth and looks at a called strike one. Anna Easton in her third inning of relief. Upstairs, 1-1. Porter is 1 for 1. Singled back in the second inning. And then walked back in the third. Count moves to 2-1 to Lucy Porter.
That was right close at the knees. Just a bit low.
Porter, another rising talent within this Fort Dodge program, just a freshman, .353 hitter entering the semifinal round. 42 hits, 43 runs driven in, which is tops on a team that has some pretty impressive bats.
Yeah. And, you know, they've been to state 5 years in a row, but winning that title, that just puts an extra surge, I think, in the young kids who were here and saw that last year and hoping to see it again this year, to just keep at the work for the program.
Lined up the middle. Laura is able to get to it, and the throw is not in time over to first. Great stretch over there by Long. But the speed there from Porter.
Didn't come off the bat with a lot of speed, so that would have had to have been a almost barehanded and fire. As you see it here, just kind of odd spin off there. She got to it quickly, but even with a great plate grab and turn, just not enough time.
So leadoff batter is on for Fort Dodge. And now stepping in is Mia McCaleb, the left fielder. 0 for 2 today with a ground out and a pop-up. And the 0-1. Ball 1-1. So again, Fort Dodge trying to create a little history here this week in their hometown. Cedar Rapids, Jefferson, West Des Moines Valley, and Pleasant Valley, the only other large class programs to win back-to-back titles in the last 29 years. Hoping to become the fourth this week. The bunt there from McCaleb sends Porter over to second as there's one gone.
And that goes back to before the 5A, so it shows you in this how balanced and how hard it is in this largest class of softball to be a back-to-back winner.
Well, and like we've touched on, so much talent across the state, especially in 5A. These two teams face a bevy of tough opponents in the CIML each and every season. Really tough to do. Called strike one to Macy Brown, the designated player.
You know, Fort Dodge maybe overlooked for a while because they're out of the Des Moines Metro where all those teams, you know, get all the attention. But they've kept up the program, built the program as we talked about, and made the noise, and now they're getting a lot of attention.
Throw over to third, and it's there in time. Caught stealing was Porter, and now there are two gone.
Is that 4 now caught stealing, I think? Erased by the defense of Valley.
Scully has done a nice job of being able to put those throws on the money. And the one blimp today for Fort Dodge has been Brown reached on an error back in the third inning, struck out in her first at bat back in the second. Nobody on, 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. That one hit well out to left center field, but ranging over to get the catch is Broderick. So now we head to the 6th inning here in Fort Dodge. It's a 6-run lead for Fort Dodge, the top seed here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
I want a drink.
And I want this free. And I want this awesome ATV. I can't get enough of winning free stuff. Casey's just gave me these. Cause we won the Casey's sweepstakes. The summer of freedom sweepstakes.
Shop with Casey's Rewards for a chance to win free pizza, gas, and getaways all summer long.
We won the Casey's sweepstakes. The summer of freedom sweepstakes.
I hear you're looking for a great college where you can get an affordable education. SWIC is the place for you.
I appreciate the personalized attention.
And I've gotten to meet people from all around the world.
The SWIC student housing is incredible.
I like SWIC's hands-on training.
And I'll start my career in 2 years.
I can schedule my classes online or face-to-face. SWIC feels like a community, like family, like home.
SWIC is a place for you.
Top of the order due up for the West Des Moines Valley Tigers here in the 6th inning at Kruger Seeds Field at Harlan Rogers Sports Complex in Fort Dodge. Gianna Lara, followed by Ireland Broderick and Reese Cooley. And if there's any part of the lineup, Dar, that is going to make something happen for Valley here down by 6, it's going to be this group.
Yeah, this is the one, top of the lineup. Heavy hitters here.
0-1 from Adams. That's lifted. Deep into the infield left side. Tori Bennett parks underneath it for the first out.
Caught her, she got onto that rising ball a little bit. Popped it up.
So Lara 0 for 3 now today. And here's Ireland Broderick, the center fielder. She too looking for her first hit. She is 0 for 2. Grounded back to the pitcher in the first inning and struck out looking back in the third and fouls the first pitch towards the netting left side. Fort Dodge looking to get back to the 5A title game for the 3rd consecutive year. Fell to Cedar Rapids Kennedy in 2020. Of course, defeated Ankeny Centennial last year. Looking pretty strong today as the count moves to 0-2 to the center fielder, Ireland Broderick. The 0-2 slapped over to left field off of the glove of Tori Bennett. And that's a 1-out single for Ireland Broderick.
And even there, she almost made one of the, a great play on that, reaching out. You see the replay. Just get up over the glove. And Fort Dodge, frankly, had a couple times where it looked like they might end this game early. They were rolling, and then we had the base running issues. But credit to Valley to stick it in, and let's see if they get a rally going here.
Reese Cooley is the batter and looks at ball one.
Trouble is, every time it seems like they're starting, Adams comes right back at him and shuts him down.
Cooley is 1 for 2 today with a single and a strikeout. One of 3 hits for the Tigers today. And the count moves to 1-1. But with one swing of the bat, we've seen what Cooley can do. Wind blowing a little right to left here at Harlan Rogers Sports Complex. 2-1 the count to Cooley with a runner at first and 1 out. Cooley with 27 driven in this year. Grounds over to second. Wills flips it over to short for one, and the throw to first from Bennett is there in time. A double play to end the Tigers in the top of the sixth. We go to the bottom of the sixth. 6-0 Fort Dodge on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
And clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
Friends and neighbors.
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
Obsessively
relentlessly
at your service.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Welcome back here to Fort Dodge, home of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Softball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Class 5A semifinals getting the day started here on Kruger Seeds Field. And it did not take long for Fort Dodge to really get going here today. Looking to hang on against a very talented Valley team.
Yeah, and that last double play kind of summed it up for Valley. About the perfect place to hit it to the defense, right to the second baseman. Just an easy flip to short and back to first, and that kind of summed up what's happened with the Valley offense. The Dodgers have been there every time, ready to shut it down. If it hasn't been Adams shutting them down at the plate, then anytime they get the ball, the bat on the ball, the defense has been right there too.
That was a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning for the Tigers. Lydia Lara along with Maggie Elsbecker, and then Jalen Adams, top of the order, due up for Fort Dodge here in the home half of the sixth. Lara has walked twice here today. He's been very patient at the plate. And the count is 2-1. Emma LaFave got the start for the Tigers today, but only lasted 2 innings, giving up 5 hits. And 2 runs altogether. Did record 1 strikeout, walked 2 batters. Anna Easton has been in ever since. Fort Dodge had 2 singles to lead off the 3rd inning, inherited 2 runners. And that was the 3rd inning in which Fort Dodge was able to plate 4 runs. And it's a leadoff walk for Lara here in the 6th.
'84, about 7 degrees cooler than it was here yesterday. Feels good.
Yeah, we'll certainly take it.
Nice little breeze.
Maggie Elsbecker, the batter. First ball is in. Corner infielders playing a bit in, playing for the bunt here. We've seen Fort Dodge resort to trying to advance runners, especially here in this no-out situation. Dug up nicely by Scully there behind the plate to be able to keep Lara over there at first base. And now Tom Bakey is going to come out and talk to his sophomore pitcher.
Let's see if he's going to stay with her here, I think. Back again to, defense can't do anything if they don't put it in play, and you walk them. So as a pitcher, you're trying to be so precise and hit your spots, but you also, you know, she came in a tough spot too, but all part of the learning process too, because as you said, these young players getting some good experience here. We're down the road.
Well, and when she came in, she had to face the 3, 4, and 5 hitters right out of the chute. 2-0 was in for a strike. 2-1 the count.
And bases were loaded too, weren't they, at that point?
They had runners at first and second, but
first
then
and
eventually were loaded after a hit by pitch to Mariah Myers. And then that was just kind of where things unraveled a little bit for the Tigers. 3-1 count to Maggie Elsbecker. Jalen Adams waiting in the on-deck circle. Nobody out runner at first. And taking her base will be Maggie Elsbecker. Back-to-back walks here for the Dodgers to open up the home half of the 6th.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a pitching change now.
That was the 5th walk surrendered by Anna Easton.
I think it'll be Foundry, maybe.
So we'll see what this IMT Insurance pitching change will be. And you called it. Lauren Foundry will be in for Anna Easton, 6 for 5. Carl Woldridge confirming that.
She's thrown 32 innings, Foundry has. 12 walks, 20 strikeouts, 5.91 ERA.
So 3 innings of work for Anna Easton comes to an end. And it is Foundry, the senior. Try to come in and shut down the anxious bats of Fort Dodge. Try to keep things where they are at in a 6-run lead for Fort Dodge. So again, the winner of this game will go on to face what is really going to be a competitive battle. Muscatine, a very young but talented squad. The 2 seed going up against Waukee Northwest in their very first season as a program, making it to the semifinals. You'll be able to watch that one right here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Semifinal Wednesday here in Fort Dodge.
Where we're at, it might be starting a little beyond 1 o'clock. Unless this one, well, it will, the way that we're going here.
First pitch to Jalen Adams, who is up to the plate, is away for ball 1. Adams batted twice in the 3rd inning, singled in her first at bat, but then struck out to leave the bases loaded to get the final out in the 3rd. And then walked in her first at bat to lead things off in the 1st, and she's ahead in the count 2-0. In the circle, she has been close to perfect here today, allowing just 3 hits, 1 walk, no runs. Has fanned 8 Valley batters. Foundry being a little careful here to Jalen Adams, who is the topper this Dodger team.
Yeah, I was say she doesn't trying to keep it away from her, and now she's got to come back with something with the 3-0 count.
3-0, fouled off of the face mask of the catcher Scully for Valley. Three-one on the way from Foundry. Bunted, third base side. Cooley's throw goes over Lara, who was covering second. The throwing error will bring 1 run in. Third error on the Tigers today. And an insurance run here for Fort Dodge late at 7-0.
Well, but just a little too much of a hurry and threw it high.
So Elsbecker goes over to third. Reese Peterson is back in as a courtesy runner for Adams at second. Still no outs for Fort Dodge. 2 runners in scoring position. Things do not get any easier for the pitching staff of the Tigers with Tori Bennett up to the plate. A drop strike, but Scully turns around and grabs it. Bennett 2 for 3 today with 2 singles. Last time she was up, she hit one to straightaway center, but then was caught stealing, going to second back in the 4th inning. But she has been spectacular in the field, making a web jam play at short.
Yeah. Nearly had another one, and that one hit just out of her reach into the gap, but yeah, the sliding catch.
Foundry with the nod, throws it in. Count moves to 2-1. Chop left side. And Christensen had difficulty retrieving it. Elsbecker is able to scamper her way to home. Runner is safe. Peterson at third. Runners at the corners and no outs, and it's now an 8-0 ball game.
Yep, charge that as the 4th error against Valley.
Just one thing you cannot afford against a team like Fort Dodge is making those mistakes in the field. But granted, those have been a few tough plays for Paige Christensen over there at short. Mariah Myers now the batter for Fort Dodge.
And now you have that run at first, which could end it early here with the 10 runs after 5.
Yep, so the winning run is at first base. That is Tori Bennett. Reese Peterson is at third. The 1-0 is low, and it's 2-0. Fort Dodge blanking their first opponent, a very good one at that in Waukee, 12-0, a game that only lasted 3 innings. Could they potentially get another shutout en route to the title game? 3-0 to Myers.
Yeah, they had the looks, and we kind of been beating on this all day, but early on they had the looks and maybe, ended it early, but then they ran themselves out a couple innings there where they had runners on. Double play end of the first inning there.
That one smacked well out to left field, and it goes off of the wall. 1 run is in, and there it is right there. Tori Bennett slides in. And Fort Dodge, for the 3rd consecutive year, goes to the 5A title game, defeating the Valley Tigers 10-0 in 6 innings. Couldn't ask for anything better if you were Fort Dodge here in this semifinal.
And the scary thing is that we talk a little bit of base running, a few things, it wasn't their sharpest of games, but here they come out in dominating fashion and beat a good Valley team today. So definitely focused on where they want to be, and they're now back in the state title matchup.
And they will await the winner of Muscatine and Waukee Northwest. You see on the left side of your screen there, Andy Adams. Nice gesture there, giving some calming words to Gianna Lara, who closes out her Valley career today. Fantastic career at that.
And we talked about it. You got to have respect for these other teams you play because you know it's tough. And Valley's got to respect what Fort Dodge has done here. But Fort Dodge, hey, this wasn't easy. Even though it's 10-run game, they know they've come out and beaten a good team.
So here in just a matter of moments, have the trophy presentation. But let's go ahead and do our Casey's General Store Player of the Game. And really, I think no doubt about this one, Dar. You shut out a very powerful lineup in Valley. You have to give the nod to the reigning Gatorade Player of the Year, Jalen Adams.
Yeah, I agree. She did everything well on the mound here today. And anytime Valley looked like they were threatening to get something going offensively, she came right back at them and shut them down.
Adams with 8 strikeouts on the day and only allowing 3 hits, 1 walk, and of course, no runs allowed. Fans Casey's General Stores is proud to sponsor the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and today's Player of the Game. Casey's is at the heart of many Iowa communities, cheering on our local teams and fans and making sure there's fresh pizza ready, win or lose. Sign up for new Casey's Rewards, the rewards program that gives back by letting you redeem points for Casey's Cash, fuel discounts, or donations to local schools. 1-5A semifinal in the books. The next one is coming up here shortly. That is Muscatine and Waukee Northwest. But our final score again here from Fort Dodge. The Fort Dodge Dodgers back in the title game, 10-0 in 6 innings. They defeat the Valley Tigers. So for Dar Danielson, I'm Hunter Phillips, signing off here for a brief moment here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.